To order the Legislative Committee, I will take attendance. Mr. Green.
Here.
Mr. Tobin.
Here.
So Mr. Massey is not available. I spoke with Alderwoman Ray earlier, about an hour ago. She was really not feeling well, the side of things. So I told her that we could carry on. We'll still have a quorum of 3 out of 5. There are 2 items of business on this agenda. And zoning. Who would like to talk about that? Would that be Counselor? Single-family dwellings? Is that in your purview? It is now.
This was at the commissioner's recommendation to have a minimum square footage for new single-family dwellings. If there's any questions, I use the definition we have of livable floor space in our own zoning code. It's been there for many years, that you've got to have a certain amount of square footage from that definition to build a new single-family home in Middletown.
Okay, I'll do Committee of the Whole, since we got slim pickings on the committee side. Mr. Kleiner, any questions or comments?
Just question, that does this affect any current proposed projects?
No.
Okay.
When you say current proposed.
I mean, nothing before the planning board or nothing in process that it's going to...
I don't think so. There's no intent to do that.
There's no intent, but once they vote on it, it becomes the law.
Yeah.
Everybody has to comply.
Right.
But there's no proposal in front.
Right. No, I just wanted to make sure we weren't
So if you're in
affecting
the-
anything currently.
If you're in the pipeline, you're good,
Yeah.
right? There's no retro. Well, right? Not to interpret, but
To
that's,
build a single-family home, you don't go to planning board.
okay.
So all you need to do is get a building permit. If they already have the building permit, then they're fine. But if you don't have a building permit, you would have to get one and comply with this law once
Comply
passed.
with it. Okay, thank you.
Asked and answered. Thank you. Mr. Green?
I'm fine with it. Just, did we have a square foot limit before?
No.
Okay, okay, that's fine. No, I'm fine with it, thank you.
Mr. Witt? President Rodriguez?
1,200 square feet, correct?
Yes.
Yeah,
That's right.
I'm good.
Mr. Tobin?
If you're like was it duplex? Would
I'm
they
sorry?
have, like, what's just two houses side by side, like,
Single-family only.
all right. No, that was my only question.
Alderman John Francois?
All for it.
Okay. I'll put the motion on the floor to approve this. Is there any, I need a second. Mr. Green, thank you. Is there any questions, comments, discussion? Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Du Toit, very good. Motion passes. Thank you, sir. Detached trailers, Chief, is that your domain?
Yes, sir.
Front and center, sir.
Thank you. Questions?
Well, I wasn't sure, is this zero tolerance or a permit, or just if somebody raises a question as to a trailer that's been parked in the bad place for too long?
No permit. I wouldn't suggest that we do permitting at all.
Okay.
I think that's too cumbersome, and I don't think that's really necessary.
Okay.
Currently, the way we sit today is there's 2 sections of code that are in effect. Section 460 -6 indicates that there could be no detached trailers on the streets from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. But then under the current code of 445-4 says no trailers, detached trailers could be on the street at any time. So we have 2 existing codes that have a little bit different language. So the suggestion that I worked out with Corporation Counsel was to make 460-6 coincide with 445-4 to take the time restraints off of it. Just about every one of the aldermen in the room have expressed to me, either verbally, in email, in some form, that there's a concern in their respective areas, and oftentimes we've had no way to remedy that. So this will give us a little bit of a means to hold people accountable when they leave trailers on the street, detached trailers on the street.
So ironically, as luck would have it, in my particular case, my very next door neighbor apparently was doing some construction in a house, and there was a detached trailer with a license plate parked in front of his house for 2 days because the guy was working out of the trailer. So if nobody raises a question, or would we have to tell that guy, you have to take the trailer back where you are and bring it back tomorrow? How would we do that?
Yeah, so the code would make that illegal.
Okay.
The code currently today makes that illegal as well. You could have the luck of the draw that nobody sees them and nobody complains, or you could have the luck of the draw that someone does complain, or the officer driving by sees it and takes appropriate action, just like a parking violation of a
Right.
vehicle.
Okay.
You know, it's the luck of the draw.
Just wanted to be clear, thank you. I'll go around the table as committee of the whole. Mr. Jean-Francois?
Moving forward.
Mr. Tobin?
Yeah, because with kids in the neighborhood, if they leave it, it's open trailer, kids could be climbing on that stuff. It shouldn't be out, left in the street.
Sounds good. President Rodriguez? Mr. Witt? Mr. Green?
Just to clarify, this is anything registered as a trailer, basically? I mean, just so that there's, I mean, are we leaving any wiggle room, like, yeah, I mean, anything, I guess, you have to register a trailer in New York, correct, I believe?
Yeah, but that's something totally different. If it's a trailer that's on the street and it's not registered, we have.
Well, you have a totally, but I mean, it's just anything that would be, how do we define a trailer was all. I was just, when I read this, I was, thinking, is it people parking camping trailers, or it's just anything that's like a tow behind?
So currently, a camping trailer under 445-4, notwithstanding any other provisions of this chapter, no person shall detach any automobile trailer or house car or other trailer from its towing vehicle
Okay.
or permit the same to remain standing on a public street. So it covers everything. I don't know what other.
No, that's perfect. I was just wondering, making sure we were covering all the
Yeah,
bases
there's
with
two
that.
different sections.
Okay. Yeah, no, I'm all good with it then. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Kleiner?
We had this up on Randall Heights with a neighbor who was a long time getting everything out of the house and moving, so he kept having to bring a vehicle around and attach it during the daytime, and then could detach it and leave it there, or the other way around, but whatever hours. So if you have a vehicle attached to the trailer, it can be parked. If you have work like that you need done and you're trying to move.
Yes, as long as it's a legal parking place. The ones that you're speaking of, you're absolutely correct. What they were doing is to circumvent the law. When the officer spoke to them about moving them, instead of leaving them detached, they started to attach them to their vehicle to make it legal. They were registered, they were legally parked in a legal parking space, and we didn't have really a remedy to address that. And as you know, people were calling about them being there.
Yes. Yeah, it took them a while to get, they had a lot of things to move. So as long as the vehicle is attached to the trailer, though, then they can park there.
Yes, so this is,
Yeah.
these laws are specific to detached trailers
Detached
only.
trailers.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Chief.
Very good. Hearing no other questions, I'll put the motion on the floor. Mr. Green seconds. Any other discussion, questions, or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Uno, dos, tres. Motion carries. Mr. Clerk, how will we proceed now that we put these two into motion?
It'll be on the next common council agenda.
Thank you very much. I will make a motion to adjourn. Mr. Tobin, thank you so kindly. There's no discussion. We're adjourned.